Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm David. Let's talk about Big Brother Canada 10, episodes 4 and 5. We're getting into it now.
It's second week. Really? It kind of feels like longer than that.
Yeah.
But first, if you're new to this channel, please click subscribe and give this video a thumbs up.
And you can support us on Patreon if you like. I think you do. You would like to do that.
You would love it.
You would love it. You would have so much fun if you supported us on Patreon at patreon.com/nerdtainment.
Join us, guys.
Yes.
All right. So yesterday we had a veto episode. Tonight we had an eviction episode.
Yeah.
Some things happened.
Things happen. People won veto. People got evicted.
That is how it goes. Actually,
alliances are starting to form.
And great video. Okay, bye, guys.
Yeah, right. Getting a lot of hand signals, like these kinds of things. So it's all happening. BB can.
It's happening.
Full speed ahead.
All right. Well, the fun thing about the veto episode yesterday is we got to see the spinny wheel.
Wheel of Fortune. Who's going to get their name spun? Sarah's been dealing with a lot of little things in the mouth.
I was like, we can't go live. I have a hair on my left, and it's still there. Okay. Anyway, that's the excitement right there. All right. Let's spin this wheel. Jay is going to get Helena.
Yep.
JC Lynn's going to spin and get Josh.
Yep.
Marty's going to spin and get Betty.
There we go. So Marty, of course, can't play. Because he is the HOH, and that's how Canada works. So then we get into this veto competition, which is constructing this 5-tier cake puzzle.
Oh my God. This veto comp was tense. You're stacking, but then you're moving to restack and then move again.
Yeah.
And honestly, the fact that it came down to the two nominees and they kept dropping.
I know. It's a bit reminiscent of the last veto competition where the only two people who are really competing are the people who are on the block. The rest of the people don't really care to win, it seems.
But isn't that okay? I mean, at least when it comes down to the tension of which nominee might win this.
Absolutely. Yeah. But JC Lynn, I would say, JC Lynn and Jay are both toppling their puzzles multiple times, but she kind of consistently gets further than he does.
Yeah.
And I noticed it's on the tray and then you got to slide it along, pick it up over the rolling pin and set it back down. I noticed that JC Lynn didn't ever set it back down.
Yeah.
She just carried it and balanced it, which I think was a smart move because I do think that impact of setting it down really tends to shift things.
Right. Even if you gently, it's still going to vibrate.
That's right.
A smidge.
Yeah.
Jay definitely struggled more than she did. But when JC Lynn dropped it at 3 tiers, I was like, holy moly.
That when they cut to commercial where she set it down and it started to shift and then it was a hard cut to commercial. I was like, that is excellent editing. And then they come back and it all topples over. And it was she's got to start over again. But ultimately that must have taken, did they
they didn't give us
put
the time
on camera how long it took?
And honestly, I feel like it could have never ended, right?
Yeah.
You could just keep dropping.
Yeah.
Who knew figure skating was going to help you carry a fake cake? But it did. She was able to get that little 5th layer on top while Jay is having a meltdown in the background.
Oh my
that shot with him in the back just being what?
I know, he'd had it. People had to be don't give up, don't give up, keep trying. Hers might fall.
Might.
Yeah.
But luckily it didn't.
Yeah.
And JC Lynn is going to pull it out.
Yep.
Save herself from the block.
Yeah. So it's huge for her. at the beginning of this episode, we kind of got these bits from JC Lynn about I guess I have to start playing the game now that I'm on the block. So now she's winning a veto. So hello, welcome to Big Brother.
Welcome.
Now you're in the game.
Welcome.
And so we get a little moment of her, celebrating with Stephanie. Yeah. They are definitely a little duo at this point in the game. And
was that her and Stephanie celebrating?
Yeah.
I wrote down Summer. Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was Stephanie.
Yeah, she's celebrating.
Yeah, she's celebrating with another woman.
Yeah.
And then Jay is crying to Josh. And it was really sweet to see this little friendship develop this week.
We do love the Jay and Josh duo.
Yeah.
They have similarities.
Yeah.
It's fun to find someone that you can connect with.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they did.
And Jay's sad that he won't get to know Josh better. Like, that's what he's kind of crying about. He's not even like, I love Big Brother and I came here to win. He's like, I'm going to miss the people, especially you. Like, I didn't get the chance to know you as well as I would have wanted. So it's a sweet moment between the two of them. All
right, Marty, our HOH, is going to talk to Jess.
Yeah. Good old Jess.
The vibe of like, because everyone's talking about like Kevin would be the renom.
Because it's an obvious thing.
An easy
You're the pawn
target.
Shop, right?
Yeah.
I love that. I don't think I've ever heard them refer to someone as a pawn shop. I love that.
In the pawn shop. What's that song?
In the
you know.
Yep.
Great. Jess brings up a really solid point. They're like, hey, what if the votes changed and Kevin was voted out?
What if?
And Marty's like,
wait a minute.
Jess is like, you never know. Like, you can't make promises in this game. So, and like, whoever you nominate.
That many people like Kevin.
Right.
So,
if someone were to work on flipping the votes, going for Kevin, it could happen.
Yeah.
And are you okay with losing Kevin for your game? Because whoever you put up there,
you got to be willing to send them home.
I was like, what is this? This is Big Brother 101.
No, truly,
like, hello?
It's like, get out the rule book and explain it to these people.
Thank you.
Right. So they are saying, you know, you should nominate Stephanie instead of Kevin because.
What if, Stephanie could be.
Yeah.
But Marty made that deal. Didn't really make the deal. I have major issues with this deal.
I mean, he actually didn't.
He offered the deal.
He did, but she didn't take it. She just fell off.
She fell.
So getting eliminated doesn't mean that deal stands. Like, you have to say, I accept your deal and then step off. Like, it kind of went down a little weird. But Marty wants to be
true to his word. I don't know why I put quotes on that.
But. Listen, Marty, regardless of like him winning HOH and all of that, like, he's not in the most secure position in the house. So the more he can do to like start to form real bonds with these people who are decades his junior, the better, I think, for his game. So the fact that he's trying to honor a non-existent deal with Steph, maybe that will mean something down the line.
Yeah. If it means something to him, whatever.
Yeah.
So then he's going to talk to Kyle. And Kyle is the one who's like, what about Betty?
What about Betty? Because Betty's a number for Jay. And if you really want Jay to go home this week, and you have to take away their numbers and put someone on the block next to them who would vote to save them, right? So that's why Betty. And Marty's like, oh, yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Next page in the manual.
True. Page 2, Big Brother 101. And at this point, I'm like, okay, it's going to be Betty because we'd already gotten a quick moment from Betty earlier in the episode where she's like worrying about being the renom. So then as we're like approaching the end of the episode and Kyle pitches Betty, I'm like, okay, I see. I see the story points getting connected here.
You say. And then we get a conversation with Betty and Kevin, who at this point, Betty and Kevin are cordial.
Yeah.
And Kevin is like stressing about possibly being the renom. And Betty's like, you know what you should do? You should go up there and see if there are any other options. You know, stand up for yourself.
Yes.
You're like, you're going to regret having that conversation with Kevin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Marty is going to talk to Kevin.
He is.
And Kevin, I thought, played this beautifully.
Really?
Yeah. Not pushy at all. Not really. He was just kind of like, hey, let me be a number to you if I can.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
How can I help? What is it that you want?
Right.
You know, instead of like,
well, for sure. And I think, again, like, how can I help? Let me be a number. That's kind of music to Marty's ears.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, another relationship a bridge that I could build with someone else in this game. Okay, I like it.
And also Kevin does bring like some info in the house. Like, you know, these people are working together and like, it's always good when you can bring a little bit of info.
Yeah.
Even if it's
drop a little something
incorrect.
Yeah.
Or an assumption.
Right.
Just bring some info to the table.
Yes.
And then be like, I'm here for you. What's up?
See, well, I'm proving that I'm here for you with this information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to help Kevin.
Yeah.
Because Marty's like, this plus what Jess taught me.
Plus what Kyle said.
Yeah.
Equals JC Lynn vetoing herself and then Marty renominating Betty. And he does it in the most straightforward way possible. He's like, listen, y'all, I told you that they, pointing to Jay, are my target. And so I have to guarantee that they leave the house this week. And so I have to take a number away from them. And that is why, Betty, you are going to go on the block. And Marty's like over here giving this speech. And Jay is like, just annoyed, crossing their legs, turning their back. I'm like, yes, I love this.
I love
mood.
It. But also, Marty, stop talking.
Yeah.
Why all of this information?
Yeah.
Just something.
Where was that in the handbook that you have to say that?
Just something like, Betty, so sorry, you have to go up. Like, Betty is about to be shocked and blindsided. But like going on and on about how Jay is your target is just a little much.
It is.
But here we are, and it happened. And we're gonna fast forward here now to episode 5, tonight's
Thursday
episode. Yes. And Betty
and so is Jay.
Yeah, sure.
Both of them are pissed.
Nah.
Jay is like, this is BS. I gotta stay because I know that Gino and Kyle and Marty have something going, and I gotta stay so I can break that up. And Betty is just like, this sucks. I hate this. And she is on a tear. I love pissed off Betty.
Oh man, she was blindsided. He kept telling her to put her feet up.
Yeah.
Why keep telling me to put my feet up? And then you
dare
put me on the block.
Yeah.
Oh, she feisty. Okay, now we're gonna learn about this alliance who honestly on the feeds, we all thought it was called Man Down. That's at least a phrase that we're familiar with. We were like, oh, the group called Man Down. No, it's Man Dems.
Man Dems.
A Jamaican, I believe. Is that what she said?
Okay.
I think she said it was Jamaican phrase. It's Summer, Helena, Betty, and Tanisha.
Yes.
4 ladies.
4 ladies.
And they are chatting here about Kevin. Kevin, he went up and had a talk with Marty, had a beer.
What happened there?
And then he's not the Reno.
What happened?
Suit shady.
Yeah. So they're on to Kevin. I mean, Kevin's going to be an interesting character, I think, to watch this season because, like...
Oh, I'm into it.
People are onto him, but then he's acting and he's working with Jess, but he doesn't like Jess. And he's been talking with Marty and people think it was shady, but I actually don't think it was that shady.
I mean, everything Kevin does is shady. But yeah, that one conversation, that was just typical of my brother.
Right.
Yes. I'm like so perplexed by Kevin. And I was like, do I like it? Do I not? I'm not sure. But I'm really kind of getting reeled into it. Because I'm like, I don't know. I honestly don't know when he's being a character and when he's being real. And so that's compelling to me because I'm just like, I can't figure it out.
Yeah.
Now, Betty, we can figure out real easily.
Oh, Betty, we can figure out because she's in the bathroom next to Kevin. And
who's literally just telling us, I'm laying low. Okay?
Yeah, listen, I'm taking a back seat. Okay, I've done enough, right?
And then Betty's like, I'll stab you.
Yeah, no, Betty's like, I hate you, Kevin. And she's like shouting over the hairdryer. And he's like, well, I'm here if you ever want to talk. And she's like, no, I will never be ready.
I will never want to hear what you have to say. Have a good life. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Over it.
Okay.
Convinced that Kevin said something to get her on the block when really he didn't. It was Kyle.
Yeah, honestly, it was Kyle. Kevin was just trying to save his own arse, which honestly you told him to do, Betty. Look, super entertaining, Betty. Thank you. Not great for your game, though.
Yeah.
This is not what I would call stellar game moves. You are on the block and making an enemy of people in the house.
Yeah.
Who vote.
Right.
Okay.
Then we got a lot of fun Summer content. She is such a great little character.
Don't we love Summer? It's so great.
We love Summer.
And she just seems like a genuinely fun person.
Exactly. Like another sort of like chemical makeup and that kind of personality is super annoying. But for some reason, for me, it really works with Summer. Like she's loud, she's over the top, borderline obnoxious, but like I'm just really enjoying it. Like she just seems like a joy. But
because she has that little like, I don't know if it's quirkiness or what it is, but she's able to handle situations a little easier or a little different, I should just say, because when she's talking to Kevin, she's not in her comfort zone. She's not loving Kevin at this moment, but you can't tell that, or like Kevin probably can't tell that because she's like, you know,
take it to church.
You know, it looks like you went and talked to the HOH.
Yeah.
You know, see how it looks. But she's like doing all of this stuff, so you can't be like, I think Summer hates me or is mad at me. She just is able to handle situations because she's like, I'm having fun, and then they take it to church.
Yes, which is very cute.
You have to love her.
And then Summer and Tanisha are kind of bonding as besties, and Summer's talking about feeling Tanisha's child's energy in the house, and your child really misses you. And I can't tell if Tanisha's like really moved by this because like, yeah, Dell, your child misses you. Like that's not some, oh my God, my child misses me. Wow. You really must have a connection. Like
this is deep stuff.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't have seen it coming.
Yeah. So, or, you know, maybe Tanisha's just humoring her a little bit, but they do seem, I mean, Tanisha in the diary room is like
in tears.
Summer is like my family. I love her.
No, I think it just is meaningful for a mom to be able to talk about her child and not have someone be like, I don't care about your child.
And I gotta say, like, maybe it's different when you're in person with Summer, but when Summer's like, I don't even know your daughter and I love her.
Yes.
Tanisha's like eating it up and she's like, I love that you love my daughter. Right. And I would have been like, okay, you don't know my daughter. So I don't know. Let's just maybe meet her first before you talk about how much you love her.
You don't have kids.
I don't get it.
No idea.
I don't get it.
How you would actually be though. I hear you though. It's called videobrother.net.
Oh yeah, it's so easy.
So easy. Type it into your browser, videobrother.net, and boom.
East Coast time though. Make sure you're watching the East Coast time.
If it's 8 p.m., it's 5 p.m. Yeah.
Pacific, yes.
Super easy. Join us.
Yes, please do.
Fun. Okay, where are we?
We get Jay and Josh now. They're sort of in bed. They're counting votes, thinking about where are people going to go, where the alliance
This is funny because they're trying to strategize, but ultimately they can't pick a strategy.
No.
Like they're all like, this, maybe?
No, and then fully they're like, what if we tried to align with Marty?
And you're
is
like,
that crazy? Yeah. And Josh is like, it is, but maybe it's so crazy it'd work.
Maybe, but it's going to be real hard.
Yeah.
The person who has openly and way too many times said that you are the target. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Then Betty is on that warpath again.
Oh boy.
She is going to fight with Marty.
Marty's just like, hey, what did you want to talk to me about?
Yeah.
What about?
He seems to be coming to try to smooth it over and be like, you're just a pawn. I promise you're safe. And she's like, you said too many times for me to kick my heels up.
He's like, I'm so sorry I didn't tell you beforehand. She's like, do you mean you are so sorry that you lied to me? She is like, not gonna let this go. She's not like, sure, I understand HOH. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm on the block and people are gonna vote for me possibly. No, she doesn't do any of that. She's like, I'm coming for you.
Yeah. And I think
dare you?
He tries to tell her, like, don't worry, like the votes are there for you to stay. And she's like, I'm not so sure. I'm just not sure that the votes are there. You know, she's like just really in a tizzy that she's on the block. And
what's
not playing it cool.
Hilarious though, in the midst of her rant, she says, I hate Kevin. I would absolutely vote him out. And then I'm like, that's what Marty is saying.
Exactly.
Did you hear yourself, Betty? You just proved his point.
That's why you're on the block.
You're on the block to get Jay out.
Yeah.
Not to get you
out.
To
get Kevin out.
Or Kevin. But okay. Ray.
We'll come back to it. Thank you, Ray, for the super chat. Then we get this, really wonderful segment of Jay introducing the house to smudging. And Jess is very moved by it, which doesn't surprise me. But it's like cool this is why it's great to have all this diversity on a season. You just get to like see these new things. I've never even heard of smudging before, but very cool.
Right. And I love that Canada has so many different Indigenous areas and tribes. And so we get more of that in Canada than unfortunately.
And Jay's talking about like, it's important. Like I'm an Indigenous person who doesn't necessarily look Indigenous. So it's important for me to like find ways to give back, raise awareness, all that kind of stuff. So cool to see them, introduce this thing to the rest of the house guests.
Yeah. I have never done smudging. I've heard of it before.
Oh, really?
But I feel like it's one of a few different ways that you can just sort of give thanks, have gratitude.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's important for everybody.
Yeah.
So whatever tool it is that you find, how you actually physically do it, expressing gratitude every day, giving affirmations, like this is all positive things to bring into your life.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that was cool. And then Betty's kind of talking to Helena, we just get these sort of like side conversations where Helena's like, oh, Betty, you have my vote. But then she's in the confessional and she's like, but I actually would maybe save Jay because Jay's a shield. They're editing this together to make us think like is it going to be Jay? Is it going to be Betty? Who is going to happen?
But it was always going to be Jay. It was going to be very hard to get votes to keep Jay.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, we're going to have a proposal.
Oh, yeah. Ika got engaged in the house.
Look, we know Ika. We don't know her showmance. We didn't watch that season, but we know and love Ika. And I don't know, why do people like to get proposed? Or why do they like to propose in the Big Brother house? We've seen a few of these.
I think they like being on television.
Oh.
And if you met on TV, especially on a show like Big Brother, they are so happy to have you back for a proposal.
Bring it back for a proposal. I think most people love it. Twitter seemed like they were really into it.
Yeah. It was sweet.
We don't have hearts.
No.
So this stuff just...
I literally was like...
It passes us.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. I was like, proposal. Just say yes. Grab that ring. You got it. You're good. But congratulations.
Congrats.
We hope it works out.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They've been together for a while, 5 years.
5 years is significant.
That is.
What did I say while we were watching this together? I said something about, I said people get engaged all the time.
Yeah.
And then David said.
And then they get divorced.
Oh, this is us. This is what you get with us. Oh,
we are not exactly romantic.
We are not. No. We are not softies. We are not romantic. Yeah. But congratulations.
Congrats.
She's gorgeous. So gorgeous.
Then we do speeches, right? We come for the eviction ceremony.
Yes, speeches.
Yep.
Betty's going to play an honest game.
I'm honest.
No,
and Jay's like,
stop.
Yeah, I know.
Stop. Why? Why is that in a speech and why are you playing an honest game? Get out of here with that. Get
out of here. And then Jay's like, I'm queer. And then that's basically the essence of both.
Yeah. Wake up, Canada, Jay said.
Yeah.
We're going to get 10 votes to evict Jay, and we're going to get 2 hinky votes.
2 hinky votes.
From Herman and Kyle, who are very much on the opposite side of Jay. So they were clearly hinky votes.
Right.
These were not like, save my boy.
Yeah. Lots of hand signals. We got that. All that stuff is happening.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever that means. Yeah. They're doing,
shooting up.
Yeah. But 10-2, Jay is gone. Jay doesn't seem particularly surprised, but wants to do one
Jay is wearing a dress and fishnets while everyone is in athletic gear.
Yeah.
It was not a surprise.
Yeah, right, exactly. Even Betty is in athletic gear. She's in a sports bra. Jay's got the earrings on, the whole look. So then Jay's like, one more first on my way out the door, and walks out the Big Brother house on their hands. And the floor is so dusty.
We were like, don't touch the floor.
Just the floor. Like, just run a Swiffer over it, because every time Jay puts their hand down, you can see the handprint when they move their hand.
Oh, the PAs were not ready for that. They didn't get to it. But thank you, Jay, for bringing the drama.
Yeah.
Bringing the fashion. The looks.
Oh my God. How about this exit interview where Arissa was like, so 2 votes to save you. Do you know who those were? And Jay's like, I had no idea. And Arissa goes, it was Armand and Kyle. I knew it.
No.
So you just said.
Don't say it.
That you had no idea.
You don't know.
And now you knew it?
Don't say you know things.
I don't think you did know it.
No, you didn't.
Otherwise you would have said it.
Right. Okay, now let's play for HOH.
Yes.
This live HOH had a few edits in it.
It had several cuts that I'm sure you'll notice.
That was a cut.
That was pretty fat, because in the beginning, like the first 3 or 4 were it's like painful watching them get the
slow,
sled back to the starting line. And then eventually they're all the way at the end, and then boop, it's time for the next one.
The person is already up. We're like, oh, that sped up real.
This is not live.
Real quick there. Yeah. We're going to push our sled on our bellies to the highest number. You want to go as far as you can without falling off of the fake thermometer.
The thing, exactly. Yes. So Josh, I mean, a couple of people, Gino and JC Lynn, right, both got 21.
Yeah.
That was kind of the leading score for a while. Then Josh gets 23. I thought, that's it.
That's it.
Josh is our HOH. But Kyle.
No. Kyle, who I think was throwing it, because he was trying to get off the board.
He had the momentum to keep going. But as soon as like those front wheels or ball bearings or whatever they are got over the edge, it kind of caught. I don't know if y'all noticed this, but he suddenly kind of stopped. So he just kind of hit that sweet spot where he wouldn't quite go over the edge, and that orange line stayed on the 24.
So maybe he figured that out and made it happen to be HOH, or I couldn't tell because it's so close to like
very close to falling over.
Because Herman and Kevin, they flew off that thing, clearly trying to throw it.
Yeah.
They were like, coming in.
Yeah, they knew.
So I'm not sure, but Kyle is going to get the highest possible number and be our new HOH.
Now, Betty was close. Betty was just over the edge.
Yeah,
remember, she was creeping up on that orange line, and then it just barely tipped over. So she almost tied Kyle, but Kyle is our HOH, and I'm not really sure what this means.
Well, it's not going to be a
huge.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like a huge change of power.
Yeah,
we do know that Kyle is in that 7.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that Kyle has worked closely with Marty and Gino this past week.
Yeah.
We know that Kyle doesn't love Betty.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure Kyle doesn't love Kevin either. So it might be like the easy Kevin and Betty thing, unless Kyle is cooking something else up.
Well, look at what Logan Murphy is claiming. Can't wait to see Josh and Jess
Logan.
on the block. I wouldn't hate seeing Jess on the block, and I wouldn't hate seeing Jess be evicted. Sorry about it. They're annoying to me,
I want to love Jess.
I know, I do. I don't think you're going to.
I want it so happy. And I can't lose Josh.
No.
I think what Logan is saying is that the minorities, the queer community has been targeted.
I just feel that way. Because wasn't Melina queer? Or no?
Go back to the
Do y'all remember? I know.
I don't have that.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I don't have that information.
Okay. Well, anyway.
So I'm not sure that that's absolutely true, but unfortunately it might be true. Marty's in Kyle's ear, of course. Kyle was in Marty's ear. This is fair.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit, like Sarah said, it's the same power dynamic in the HOH.
Yeah, it's not going to be a huge change. But what is a bit of a change is that Canada is giving Canada a vote for safety.
I saw people on Twitter saying, like, vote for Betty. And I'm like, really? We want to say Betty?
I think they want to say, I'm going to say that because I don't know who we'd vote for. We're not voting because we're not in Canada.
Yeah.
I mean, we could with our VPN. But anyway, Betty is the drama for the TV show and the feeds.
Yeah.
And Betty is probably in danger. Like, Betty did not handle being on the block well.
Yeah.
She will now be a pawn shop. Is that what we're calling it this year?
Yeah.
She will now be a pawn shop or a target. Like she went off. She was fiery. So I think that's why people want to save her. But who else do we want to save? Josh, maybe? Josh is a hottie. So if he's in danger,
I would love to save him. And
save
hold him
him.
in my arms and just say, Josh, you're safe.
Josh, you're so safe here. Loving that. Who else? You know what? I'm gonna be honest. There's no one that I'm loving.
Summer. Save Summer.
Oh, Summer.
I mean, I don't think Summer's in danger.
Summer's not in danger,
but save Summer at all costs.
But maybe it just tells them that we love Summer. I don't know.
Yeah.
So we've got some votes to save Betty. vote to save Josh.
Yeah.
A pond is a
P-A-W-N.
Not a pond as in a body of water. A pawn as in a chess piece.
Something that you move around
pawn
for your own benefit.
Is, you know what a pawn is.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know who to vote for, but if Betty's in trouble, sure, save her and just to cause drama in the house.
Because I think, I would imagine that Kyle's going to go after Betty, especially after Betty interacted with Marty this week, and Kyle's in with Marty, and Kyle's the one who suggested putting Betty on the block. Like, I don't think it's going to be surprising if we see Betty up there. So save her, get her off of there, and make them pivot. And
I honestly, I don't want to vote to save Kevin, but I do want Kevin saved because I just need to see more.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need him to get the safety because then I don't know what that's going to do to his head.
Yeah.
But I just need to see it, you know? Mm-hmm. Wait, can we vote on Twitter? I thought I had to go to the website.
Well.
All right. Well.
Twitter it is.
I'm not going to vote until I'm fully. Wait. Kyle's talking about targeting Summer and Tanisha.
Save Summer.
Now we have to vote. We have to save Summer and Tanisha then.
Yes.
I want both of them saved.
I hate this.
No, that's not good.
Y'all are stressing me out now. Ugh.
Oh, no, I didn't see BB Can 1. That's hilarious.
Oh, that is funny.
That would be so like someone would be like a pond.
Yeah.
Just like Celebrity Big Brother was like, who was it? The H of the H? What was it? They said something weird. Now I can't remember.
Oh, I don't remember. This must have been on the feeds or something.
Oh, God. Yes. What? Okay. Well, no, that was Jerry
O'Connell.
He said something like the H of the H.
I skipped that whole thing because I was like, I don't care. What
but then someone on the feed said HOA.
Oh my God, homeowners association.
Yes, they were like so the HOA. Oh, funny when people don't. Yes, thank you, the HOH.
Thank you, Logan.
Yes. Yeah, it would be weird if Kevin got saved. It would actually ruin his game. He's like trying to play this like weird role.
And so then to be like Canada's favorite, not a good look.
They'd be like, no, that doesn't make sense. What's happening in the DR?
Exactly.
All right. Well, that is this week. We'll have to see who Kevin actually ends up targeting. Kyle, thank you. And then who Canada actually votes for. This will be interesting.
Yes.
Yes. And so, okay. Mondays, I'm here with Chantel to cover BB Can.
Yeah.
And then David's back on Wednesdays for Survivor. Did you guys see the premiere?
Yep.
We were live last night with that recap, so we will continue that on Wednesdays. And then Thursdays, we're here for the evictions.
That's right. I might be here next Monday. I haven't talked to Sarah about that yet, but there might be a little mix up in the guest host schedule for next week, but we'll sort it all out and
we'll get back to you. The point is you come here. And somebody will be here.
That's right.
We'll offer some sort of entertainment here.
That's right.
All righty, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us live in the chat. We appreciate it.
We do. And if you're joining us later, leave us a comment and let us know what you thought about this eviction cycle with Jay going home, Betty freaking out, JC Lynn finally joining the game, showmance with Gino.
Oh, things I did hear some smoochy happen this week. Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys next time.
All right. Bye.
Bye.